Hello, folks. My name is Alan Lester Halcomb from Gordon, Kentucky. And I've got a little gadget here I want to tell you about. My mother had one, but by 1945, she had one, and it's a meat grinder. Now, the one Mom had was a little different, but this thing just locked right in place, and you could, down here, you could screw that to the tabletop to hold it, and then somebody had to crank. And you can see these blades, that's what cut the meat. Sliced it right up, and we had a different heads that went on. You could make hamburger meat or whatever you wanted. And my mom would take, after we butchered a hog, she'd take all the scrap pieces and make sausage for breakfast. She'd make round balls of maybe 2 inches in diameter, 3 inches, and then she'd can them in half-gallon fruit jars. And they would like 8 or 9 of us to eat breakfast every meal. So it took a half a gallon for everybody to get 2 or 3.
What was your job when Mom made it?
My job was to stand there and crank. You crank when one arm got tired, you just used the other arm. You didn't stop. Once you got it going, you had to process maybe, we'll say, 2 big dish pans full of meat, and it took a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And
Who did some of the other jobs when you made sausage balls?
just me and Mom.
Yeah.
I had 2 younger sisters and 1 older sister, but it was my job to help with them doing the grinding.
Yeah.
My job was to crank,
And they would help with the canning?
and no,
They just got out of it.
they got out of it completely. Me and Mom would make all the sausage patties.
Do you remember what seasoning? Would she add any seasoning into it or just meat?
Yeah, she had, she could buy a box of it at the store. Had red pepper, black pepper, salt, all kinds of stuff that would go into that meat. And you just put the meat in, sprinkle a little of that stuff on it, and it'd make your upper lip sweat when you was eating it.
Yeah. Well, that tastes good in the winter. That'd warm you up.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever heard of your mom making sausage like that, and that it was in like meatballs type balls and can them. And that's the first time I've ever heard that, Dad. And I'm 55.
Yeah. See, that was back in. We didn't have deep freezers back then, and to preserve it, you had to can it or you had to dry it.
Yeah.
Like apples, you didn't bother canning apples, maybe a few.
Yeah.
But basically, you dried your apples, and you saved several bushel. We had one tree that the apples would stay from October till the 1st of May, by the time we get them eat up. And they'd still be good down in we had a cellar down underneath the house, and it stayed cool year round.
Yeah.
The only 2 things that Mom wasted when we butcher a hog, 2 things she could not use, and that was the hoof and the squeal. When you killed a hog, some of them would squeal, and she couldn't save that, and she never could figure out what to do with the hoof.
Oh my gosh.
So,
well, now they sell those for dog chew toys. If your mom would have only known to give it to your coon dog.
y'all have as much fun as you can stand now till I get back to you. Bye.